What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with the raid cam and Rust. I'm not going to do commentary on this. The raid is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory, and the magic that happens here is really the interaction between the raiders and the defenders. So enjoy.
Nice try, sir. But it didn't work. This is our main land. Gotta make sure it's secure.
That's what I think about your mainland.
Nice try. Not worth it. Naked stallion
Building permit, please.
in their own house. Open up the door.
You don't pay your
Are you
taxes,
ready?
You never
motherfucker.
said nothing about taxes, so fuck you, kind sir.
You're an illegal immigrant at this moment. That's what this is. So, you need to get your green card. Or get
How
the
does
fuck out.
one get a green card?
Comes in the form of
You
sulfur.
let us search the house.
Yeah, but last time we did this, you just shot at us.
Well, we need you to open the door and let us search the house for any guns or illegal drugs, alright? That's our job, man. That's our job, man.
Well, are you gonna search my ass? Cause that's where all of the drugs are. I keep
Yeah,
all the
I'm down.
drugs in my
Yeah, I'm
butt.
down. Okay, not a problem.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were serious. I thought this was all in jest before, but since you're serious, yeah, we'll go ahead and comply. Hang on a second. I'm gonna come upstairs.
So let's get this straight. So you guys, we kick your ass in an even battle on land, but now that you guys have no jobs, no life, no friends, and you now have a distinct advantage of us, you're just gonna suppress us in a hole, rather than letting us get back to an even
I'm
fight.
not sure about that.
in which
getting our
we
ass
can
kicked on land.
fight
Wait
each
a
other
minute. What are you
again.
talking about? We're a different bunch of assholes.
So there's three assholes. There's us, there's you guys, and there's the YPB assholes.
Oh no, we know a lot more assholes than just that. We just want you out of the vicinity. That's all this is.
So I'm not going to agree to what you're saying, but just out of curiosity, what do you consider your territory? Like,
This
what is
entire
the
fucking island.
extent? All right, so that's everything north of this lake, right?
Yep, and you're attached to my side of the lake.
So really, the problem you have is the bridge.
Also, okay, so say we move, how about new plan, if we move, you guys, like, give us some sort of reparations, like, you know how, like, all the Americans, like, kicked out the Indians, and then they gave them, like,
Alright.
like a fucking piece of candy?
Blankets and all that shit that was covered in measles and things to kill them. Yeah, I can give you something if you want to die.
Sticks, I'm not really sure I'm on board with your Trail of Tears scenario here.
Like,
You know what, dude? You guys, all right. Let's just not be dicks, cause we both wanna, you know, enjoy the game. You know, regardless of skill or resources, there's just nothing we can do about it. Not saying that we are better than you. You probably are better shots than us. Me and Lou kind of fucking suck, cause you know, never really get to the point to where you have guns for very long. But that's not the point. Can we get some minor incentive to leaving? I mean, when you're aiming
LQM,
guns at our doors, you're at
LQM.
least funny. It's pretty funny when you raided us, but you know.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
We have an indecent
All right,
proposal
so how about you guys continue living here
what's
and
the
you
What,
just pay a tax?
what kind of tax are
And we
talking about?
completely fucking leave you alone. A sulfur tax.
How much per day?
Well, that's arguable.
Is this
What's
raw or
acceptable to you?
refined? Is this raw or refined?
Well, refined would be preferable.
We just
I'm not,
built our
I'm
second
not picky. I'll
furnace.
take raw too.
Honestly, not trying
Are you
to
gonna
sound
name a number, or do you want us to name a
Well,
number?
well, yeah, I'd like for you guys to say what's comfortable for you. I don't know what your output is, and I don't want to break your back, so I want you guys to have a life.
Right. Okay, I don't know. The whole purpose of a tax is kind of silly. I mean, because it's like we're just taking the rocks that you would be mining in the first place. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. How about we move, but you guys give us like some shits in return for us moving, and we'll like straight up just give you the code lock, fucking and building access. You can just have the base.
How about this? If you guys give us blueprints that are worth our while, for example, the rocket launcher BP and the rocket BP, we'll just give you the base and everything that's inside it, because it's not like we can walk away with this shit. And then you'll have this, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
We could just as soon C4 this place in and evict you before arming the peasants.
That's fine, but then you'd waste your C4 on our piddly little asses, and you wouldn't have it later. I mean, you're clearly strapped
Well,
for.
Rust is really a game about territory control.
Alright. So, what is worth less to you than the, let's say, 4 C4 you'll need to take control of this base? And I'm talking about a
I don't think it
blueprint,
would take
because material
4,
resources,
but,
we won't be able to leave the area without that.
Right.
Let me tell you what we
Well,
already have.
you know,
We already have the AK, we have the bolt action, we have the ammo for all that, we have the shotgun. The C4 blueprint would be a little bit useful to us, but not too much. One of our guys can make that, but it's better than nothing. Rocket launcher would be nice. It'd be more useful with the rocket launcher ammo, but maybe you're not willing to give 2 random assholes 2 blueprints.
Stop!
So
Shut the
what do you
fuck
think?
up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! All right, look. Do you guys know any history about medieval times? I'm not talking Lord of the Rings bullshit. Do you know true Anglo-Saxon versus French? Did anyone study that in college? Anyone? Any of you guys?
I have a familiarity with history.
Okay, well, let me give you guys a quick history lesson, and then I'll propose a plan. So, it's basically, how did civilization start? Well, you know... Can I
Set
what?
that down for us, please.
Well, what was that?
Can you set that down for us, please?
Okay, so how did civilization start? At first, civilization was just like, alright, whoever the biggest and baddest guy in the tribe was, he could swing the heaviest club. That guy Might makes right, you know? And he had his tribe. His tribe would go out, they would beat the fuck out of another tribe, rape their women, etc. Now there's a lot of options. It's just like, you know, when you take over a city in Rome Total War. It's like you can totally convert them to your side, you can totally destroy it, or you can kind of keep them semi-captured and, you know, make them pay a tax. But their culture will never truly accept you. The larger civilization would offer the smaller civilization to join a tribe or something. And then it would just keep, you know, a snowball effect over and over and over. So, obviously, this is me segueing to, hey, how about we all just team up? How about we do that? Obviously, there's going to be major trust issues. We're going to have to do, like, some sort of, like, a second house, like, you know, we don't get building privileges. We have to work our way up there. That's fine. But Rust is the perfect visual and fun naked man penis simulator to demonstrate this. You know, teamwork is key. I don't know if anything that I said just makes sense, but okay, I think this guy's giving me head. So I think this is good. I think you guys are accepting the idea. But I'll shut up now. The fire died. So I take it you guys are not going to just
Rust is a funny game. You know, it's hard to trust people in Rust. That's a big conversation that we would have to have with some other people.
I understand, but that's how it happened in history. Some tough decisions were made. Some people were trusted when they didn't need to be, but we are not those people. It's it's an interesting topic, but those are the three options. I've now brought up the final one, as far as I can see, really.
We are discussing amongst ourselves.
You guys, I'll go back into my hole. You guys decide, give us an answer, because it's 3 o'clock where I live and I have work tomorrow.
Did you say you work?
Yes, I have a job.
Yeah, that's the wrong answer.
Okay.
Do you have sex?
Okay.
Do you have sex?
I mean, you know, not that often. I do have a girlfriend though. Yeah,
That's also the wrong answer.
not gays.
That's also the wrong answer. You know, sex equals minus kills. No sex equals plus kill.
I appreciate the sense of humor, but I can tell that it's not really making your decision. I want to laugh, but I'm just sad. Is that Lou? So did you guys make a decision as far as our fate goes? Or are you still working on your decision?
Alright, here it is, man. Reaching in!
Make guys.
Well, there you have it, guys. I thought it was an interesting raid to record. I started recording it, and the interaction, the dialogue, the banter back and forth between the players, I thought was pretty interesting, and wanted to show you guys that sometimes Rust can take on a different tone as well. Not your typical raid, but I hope you guys enjoy. As always, peace.